First, I want to take this time out and say thank you because I have 13 subscribers now, and I feel like I'm the shit. But today I want to talk about something that I remember doing with my daughter in the bathroom. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. It's just in the bathroom. But I remember taking my daughter to the public bathroom, and I wouldn't let her sit on the toilet because as a father, I don't know the mechanics of wiping and cleaning, vagina. I really don't. Asher, come here. Come here, Asher. Come here. So what I would do is I'd be in the bathroom with my daughter, and I'd hold her like this over the toilet so she could, use the bathroom. So this is, right here is the toilet. I'd be right here so she couldn't, and I asked her if she was done, and then I'd be like, all right, now get out. And that was it, because I couldn't figure out how to, it's a different mechanic. As a guy, when I use the bathroom, all I do is, and I'm done. And I walk out. It's over. As a woman, there's some mechanics that go down there wiping, and I didn't know how to do it. And when I went to try to do it the first time, it was weird. It was the most awkward situation in my life because I went and I was like, no, that don't look right. And then I went this way. And fellas, correct me if I'm wrong, every time I've done this with a female and gone down there, it's my mind went off and I was like, not doing it. And I shook her. I picked her back up and I shook her. So, somebody tried to teach me because somebody heard me telling somebody that I was shaking my daughter dry, and they was like, no, she could get an infection, and it's just still leaving the dirt down there. I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So, my mother taught me one night. So one night where my daughter's on the bed, laying on the bed, and she was like, well, here's what you have to do. I'm like, okay, what do I like, can I just bring it to you and you do that and you clean it and you maintain that down there? Because to me, my daughter has a cuckoo. So whenever I address my daughter's situation, I call it a cuckoo. What I do is even when I was talking, it was one time where I had to call the hospital and tell them something was going on, and they were like, well, what's going on? And I was like, well, I don't know what's going on. There's something coming out of her cuckoo. They was like, sir, you mean her vagina? I was like, ma'am, I know what I meant. I meant her cuckoo. And they were like, no, scientifically it's a vagina. I said, no, it's a cuckoo. We call it cuckoo. And that's what we're going to continue to call it. Because in my mind, if I call it a vagina, that means I'm acknowledging the fact that it is a functioning work of something. And I'm not going to do that. Nope, not at all. So what I had to do is continue. Me and the nurse went back and forth for about 5 minutes. Like, no, ma'am, it's called the cuckoo. I know this is me and my daughter's situation. It's called a cuckoo. It's not a vagina. It's a cuckoo. And I said, you know what, ma'am? This argument ain't going to go nowhere. So for my peace of mind, let's just continue this conversation with cuckoo, and you use whatever words you want to use. That way, it's a smooth sailing through this because we're not going to get stuck here, and we're not going to help my daughter going back and forth about this particular issue. And y'all may laugh at me. The nurse definitely had a difficult time with me. So my mom's laid her on the bed and it's like, you gotta wipe it, okay? So she's like, here's what you gotta do. You gotta open her legs. I'm like, okay, that comes standard. And you gotta spread her lips. And I'm like, no. I'll continue to do what I was doing and just bring it to you. And mom was like, boy, just listen. And she said, okay, so, and she took a warm rag and she was like, you gotta wipe it. Now you gotta wipe she said when she's peeing, you got to wipe back to front because you don't want to get any of the pee inside her cuckoo. And I said, okay, that makes sense. She said, and just like when you wipe her butt, you wipe, back to front. You know, it's just going this way. So, so we're on the bed, and she's like, but you can't be too rough. And my daughter's response at that moment was, but I like it rough. Now, mind you, my daughter is 3. She's 3 at the time. And I didn't know what to say. My face, if I had been white, my face would have turned purple, red. I started sweating. It wasn't a good look for a father to have in front of his daughter. Because I really didn't know what to say. What was I going to say? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You do not know. You do not like it any type of way. You just sit there and get wiped. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? I just walked out the room. Like, in my mind, this is what I did. I said, at that very moment, she said, I like it rough. I said, Lord Jesus, no, take me now. But people that my mom face flipped up. Like, she didn't even respond to the situation. She looked at me and started laughing. And then she goes out, and mothers, they like to tell stories that you don't feel comfortable with at that time. And I wasn't comfortable with that story at that time. And she told everybody. And I'm like, look, yo, that shit not funny, okay? It's just not funny. Because my daughter don't know what she's talking about. She don't like it rough. She's 3 for crying out loud. She don't know what she was talking about. But I couldn't say that to her because it was like, my daughter's sensitive, okay? So if I would have responded that way and came at her that way, she would start crying. Like, I can't yell at my daughter. My mother, my sister, they can yell. They could be stern and take that authority type of voice with her. But when I do it, it's like her whole world has just shattered and the world is coming to an end. And you would think I hit her just like, but all it was me, taking that voice with her. Like one time, when she was real young, I think she was like 11 months, she started biting people. Now, I don't know if y'all know, everybody don't know this, but when somebody that small bites you, that shit hurts. It hurts. So, I popped her. Now, mind you, we on the road driving, and I'm playing with her, and she bit me. My mom's driving. We're going from Charlotte, North Carolina to Richmond, Virginia. And no lie, my mom was like, I'm going to pull over. For what? She bit me. I popped her. Let's keep going. My mom wanted to pull the car over and make sure she was okay. It was just the most, oh man, I couldn't get away with nothing. And it was my daughter. This is like, why are you going to pull a car over on the highway? We are just a little bit over halfway. We just crossed the Virginia state line. I don't want to be in the car. My daughter doesn't want to be in the car, and I think my brother was in the car too. And we just didn't want to be in the car no more. I don't like long road trips. So, I mean, I was sitting in the bathroom, and I was like, damn, you know what? I did used to shake her, and when I started looking at the positions, I was like, that's why I didn't want to do it, because it was like, this is weird, and I don't think that's going to work. And then when I did it like this, it was like, I don't feel comfortable with it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Nope. And and see, here's the thing. Just let you know, I practice, right? I practice on myself. I said, okay. And I just say, okay, so is it, no, that don't look right. No, hell no. And then I picked her back up, shook her, and we walked out the bathroom. And she continued to play. And then my whole solution for this was actually putting her in the bathtub. And see, here's the thing. When I put her in the bathtub, I let her soak there for like 45 minutes in a warm bath. Because, when I think about it, when we scrub our balls, would get in there, right? So now when I gotta wash my daughter, I would be like this right here. Take a rag and be like, there you go. Let's continue on about our day. I was a sensitive area for me as a father having a daughter, and I just couldn't get into it at all, not at all. But I want y'all guys to have a great day. That was my memory that I thought about, and it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah, y'all have a great day.